Lift is a brand new 2024 film that randomly popped up on Netflix. I didn't see this one advertised at all, really. It just came into my attention when I was randomly browsing Netflix on a few days ago. Don't really remember when, but Kevin Hart stars in it, and this is directed by F. Gary Gray. Now, Kevin Hart is not somebody that I watch every single thing that he's in or somebody that captures my attention immediately. I think he's a very competent and great actor in anything he does, comedic especially, but even in the action and drama roles that he takes. F. Gary Gray is a director that definitely captures my attention, though, and I always am drawn more to his films and always at least give his works a shot because he doesn't have too many misses. There are some that I'm not a big fan of, not big on A Man Apart, not too big on Italian Job, but he did Straight Outta Compton, which is one of my favorite films. It's awesome, and he has a lot of films on that caliber. He did one of the Fast and Furious films, which was good. And this is an action thriller kind of drama film with some comedic elements to it. And the premise captured my attention. Basically, it's about Kevin Hart, who leads the film. He has a team of art thieves, except he puts it in a much more polite and professional way. I like that line that he delivers at the beginning. He's like, I take back from non-deserving people, paraphrasing something like that. But he's an art thief with a team, and he gets hired by this somewhat FBI kind of woman in the legal team, in which she has a project for him to steal some gold off of a plane during a trip of this plane going from one country to the next. And if he is able to do this, his record will be wiped clean and he won't be going to prison for X amount of years, and his team won't be going to prison for X amount of years. So it's kind of like a recovery mission that this woman has him do. And the film starts off like that, and then it's basically a heist film on a plane, which sounds amazing. Unfortunately, this film is extremely generic and starts off with a really great first act and build-up. You get Jacob Batalon, I believe his name is, from the Spider-Man films. He's the bigger Asian character, and he was also in a film called Bloodfest, a horror film, which I reviewed on the channel. It's about a haunted attraction. He pops up here and there, and he's very good, and he's funny in the beginning of the film. So the first act is fantastic, and then it just takes a drastic lull, like literally a plane nosedive, no pun intended, for the second act, and it just gets boring and, like I said, repetitive, and nothing really interesting happens with a premise that is very promising. And you expect things to be bigger and much, much more entertaining, but they're just not. And the script is mediocre, and just the whole ride is very flat and very non-eventful until you get to some of the reveals in the third act, where it starts to pick up some steam again. But it just you're really checked out for pretty much the entire middle of the film. Like the first half hour, 20 minutes, half an hour is good. The last 20 minutes is good too. But that whole middle chunk is just a struggle, to say the least. So that's really what I got on it. I ended up giving it a 2.5 because, again, I liked the parts that were good, but there was just too much of it that was really, it dragged and it was boring, for lack of a better word. And even the cast, like even though the cast is great, you got Sam Worthington popping up in here, you got Jean Reno, which randomly but rarely pops up in films, but when he does, he's nice to see, and he it's nice to see Jean Reno because you got the nostalgic side with him, but you just also he's like this badass presence. He's in here, so you get a really upscale cast. They're just not given much to do, unfortunately. And you think a heist movie on a plane would be a pretty easy concept to make entertaining, but this one, it's PG-13, so you get a lot of tamer stuff in here. And that's not really the problem. It's just it goes with the crowd pleasing kind of style of everything else. So it's borderline okay is what I could give it. It's on Netflix and it's free, so you might as well check it out. But it's literally like a background movie, or there's way better options in my opinion. But it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, and it's not the biggest waste of time I've ever seen. Just like I said, the beginning and the end is its best part, and then that middle is just quite lackluster, I guess. But that's Lift 2024. It's another January film, and I'm trying to get to as many as I can. So we will see how many that will be. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or you like my film. If you like my film reviews, I'll be back with more soon. So stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.